What is up, everyone? Guys, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem just dropped a few days ago, and I couldn't be more excited. Roscoe, man, let's talk about this trailer that just dropped because I'm super excited for this movie, man.
Me too. Me too. I am so pumped, man. This is for a while now they've had the rumors of like, oh, Seth Rogen is connected with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and it's like, man, okay, we're gonna get this one. We're gonna get this. Then they had that teaser, but then they dropped the trailer, and we see the full, or well, a minute trailer, but still, I know I saw enough for me to be like, I'm all in. So yeah.
I am super in, and like from the forever teenager Seth Rogen, it's super exciting. I guess him, and Evan Goldberg are producing, and then we have Jeff Rowe. Is it Jeff Rowe?
Yep.
Jeff Rowe directing it. So I'm super excited for that. What do you think of the whole feel of this trailer? Because I absolutely loved how they're taking these characters and you're actually making these characters feel like teenagers. Because back in the day, I think the only time they ever felt like teenagers was in the 90s cartoon. Ever since then, we had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, we had TMNT, the animated movie, and then we also had the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which they definitely did not feel like teenagers. So now we're actually making this feel like the name is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so it should definitely be teenagers.
Right, absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, they do this whole aspect. They actually have like the voices, are of young men, and it's like they're young teenagers. So I like how they're doing that. So they're really tying that together. But yeah, I mean, and the animation for this movie. I am. I've got okay. So I told you this as soon as I saw it. I said I feel like it's claymation mixed with the animation from the Spider Verse. Like if they came together and had a baby, this is what I feel like it'd look like. But because it has that still like a grittiness to it. Because it's not as like sharp and clean, but it's still like because like I said, it's like that claymation where it's kind of, but I'm loving it, man. I'm loving like in the way that they're acting too. Like the kids, they're acting like teenagers, like would like are like oh, like and I know that you want to talk about one of your favorite parts that when we watched it, you were laughing at the end there. Ooze,
Oh,
ooze.
that ooze part! Like we had April O'Neil, which Ao from The Bear is voicing April O'Neil, and they kind of race swapped the character a little bit, and I have no issue with that whatsoever. I know a lot of people
No,
online have been having issues with that
of
race
course,
swap, but I don't really care. Like, who cares? Who
no.
cares? Get
That's
over it. We're adults in that, and we can learn how to. We've been growing and learning and changing our ways since forever. So it's just another thing to get over.
right. Yeah, I mean, if you have an issue with that, then I mean, come on. I mean, that's not a major thing. Come on. So, but yeah, no, I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for this. And how you've been name dropping, a couple names already, and the cast is also just as blew me away too because, like you hear a couple voices, like I know one that you don't know of, but of Raphael was being played by, was it Brady Noon, who was he was the main kid for the Mighty Duck show on Disney. So he does the voice of Raphael. That's the only kid that I know that's out of the group, really. Um, but like I already said, he already has 2 seasons of that. I think it got canceled, but he wasn't bad on there. He was all right. But I thought that was pretty cool. So, but there's some awesome names. If you wanna say a couple here, Travis.
I want to talk a little bit about the beginning, like how Raphael is actually too. Like at the beginning of the trailer, you have these kids acting like teenagers.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have their phones out. They're having a good time on the roof, throwing ninja stars, and I think this is the first time we ever see because I'm going to throw it back to the 90s cartoon again. But we have Raphael not being dark and broody and being like almost like Batman, especially in the Michael Bay movies.
Right.
He's a little bit more funner in this one. Like he has his own kind of styles. He still feels like he's like not my problem kind of guy, but he's still a lot of fun to be around, and he's not that whole broody type of character, which I'm actually enjoying.
Yeah, well, he's a teenager still, so I mean, that's what I get what you're saying, but yeah, it's exactly true. Yeah, he's not like the dark, like, hey, get out of my face, like like I'm walking here. No,
that's a true New Yorker there, though. And also, I like the little Easter egg of the Laird. The Laird, whenever April O'Neil is talking with the turtles about how they got into like who they were and how they went into this. What did she call it? She called it some type of thing besides the U's.
She called it. Darn it! I forgot what she called it now.
The thing that we couldn't think about was Mystery Goo. Let's get into some of these freaking characters because we got a lineup of A-stars. But like not only that, we have characters, like you said, the guy who's playing Raphael, he's from Mighty Ducks, but the other three are kind of unknowns, and I really enjoy that they're actually teenagers. They're giving teenagers the roles to play teenagers. Like, who would have thought about that? But let's go over some of the list. Who are you most excited for?
There's Ray Fillet. There's Mondo Gecko. So Ray Fillet is Post Malone, which is awesome, and Mondo Gecko is going to be Paul Rudd. You get Bebop and Rocksteady, who is gonna Seth Rogen's going to be another Warthog. I know that fun fact. This is the second Warthog role.
Yeah, because he played Pumbaa in The Lion King.
Right, but I'm excited because and Rocksteady is going to be John Cena. I mean, this is awesome. But I'm excited because they're bringing in the mighty Mutanimals, which is like the Ray Fillet, Mondo Gecko,
Wingnut.
Wingnut. Yep, Wingnut. Like all these characters that were like created. Leatherhead, right? I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's Leatherhead.
Yep, Leatherhead. So I'm excited that that's why it's called Mutant Mayhem. These mutanimals. I actually have issue number 1, of course I do. But I'm excited because they're bringing these characters in to so this I feel like this series could go on for a good amount of time because they have these really cool mutant animals, like not just the turtles. And I think this is going to be, I hope it's something, I hope it's really good. First off, I hope it's great. From what I've seen so far, I'm all in, but again, you just never know what's going to happen. But again, I have a feeling that this could be a banger, and we could see, 2, 3, possibly even a number 4. Because like I said, there's so many of these mutant characters that they can come in with, and it's just, I'm excited. I'm really excited for this, and I think Seth Rogen, being a hardcore Turtles fan, being that that teen, how you said in the beginning, that teenager, forever teenager, wants to see that. So I'm excited, man. I'm really pumped for this. And like I said, I'm just excited that the animation is just something that we kind of really haven't really seen too. I feel like like I was saying, it has that Spider-Verse vibe, but also, like I said, it's not that sharp, that sharpness, that clean. It's kind of jaggedy and like I said, that claim. I mean, it's so dope. I'm so excited for it, man. I'm geeking out over here.
I'm nerding out over here, man, because like like you said, I'm super excited. I love how they're doing it too, that they're not being like, here's Shredder, here's Shredder, and we're going to go with this character. How about let's flesh out this world a little bit more? The ooze. And some of these characters that got affected from the ooze. I love how Bebop and Rocksteady are going to be in it. Bebop, of course, is going to be voiced by Seth Rogen. Rocksteady is going to be voiced by John Cena, so I'm super excited for that. He showed his acting chops over on Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, so I'm really excited to see what he has to bring to this character. And Giancarlo Esposito, Baxter Stockman.
Yes.
Who I think, and I've been telling you this, I think he's going to be the main villain. Like, and this is the first time I think in a while that we haven't had Shredder being the big bad, that we're going to have a different character being the big bad. And I love that we're going to flesh this out a little bit more. Who's to say that Shredder won't show up at like an end credit scene at the end of this movie, or not at all? Maybe they'll do something different, and he won't show up until like the third.
Or Krang.
Krang should show up. Could show up too.
We haven't seen any foot soldiers. You know what I mean? There's, I'm telling you, I feel like there's so much that could be done with this, and I'm like I said, but I'm sorry to mean to cut you off there, but go ahead, brother.
No. Like we there's a ton of characters that we can go through that. Like, I'm super excited because this is probably the best way to start this series. Mutant Mayhem, and like if they do it right, like we don't need a live action. I'm totally fine having an animated movie like this and it continuing down the road. Like, give us 3 or 4 of these, and with the same characters, flesh them out a little bit more. I'm super excited for this movie. I am going to be definitely seeing this movie in theaters. August 4th, I think it's the date that it comes out, and I'm all in for this movie.
Yeah, 100%. I'm like I said, I've been geeking out over it, and like I said, since the producer, who was Seth Rogen, also Evan Goldberg, those guys are hilarious, genius. So I think them being fans, also helps, this whole, that could make it something special. So, but there's so many characters, man. Like how we were saying, there's so many characters, and there's so many more to be introduced. So who knows what can happen, I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a fun movie. I think it's just gonna be, everyone can go and see it, which is great too. You could bring the whole family, so I think I think it's going to be a really good one. I think it's going to be a hit, and I just can't wait for it, man. This is crazy. I feel like it's happening pretty quickly, even though it's August. I feel like it's just like it's sometimes you see something like this, and then it's like, oh yeah, this will be August of 2024, and then you're like, oh okay, damn. But I feel like it's like, oh nope, here you go, August this year, and I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, I'm super excited, guys. That's our take on this trailer and what we're excited for. Let us know down in the comments what you guys are excited for from this trailer. If you guys watched the trailer, are you excited for the cast? Are you excited for the animation? Are you excited for a brand new story from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that we really haven't gotten in this type of way? So also make sure to give us a thumbs up, whether it be on my channel or Geek Out with Roscoe's channel, because you can't have one nerd without another geek.
Hey, that's me.
That being said, I want everybody to stay freaking nerdy. And if you ever want to geek out
with Roscoe. Appreciate you all. Best community in the world.